The road to GH will reveal that Cameron returns to Port Charles for Christmas with his family, bringing along his new girlfriend, Gretchen, a talented cello player he met during college. Gretchen is a beautiful and skilled woman, but she can't hide her discomfort as she steps into Cameron's hometown, filled with memories and old relationships. She feels like an outsider in his cozy family home, where everyone welcomes her warmly, but Cameron's gaze seems to always be focused elsewhere. During a shopping trip around the square to buy presents, Cameron unexpectedly runs into Josslyn. She looks tired and sad, her face clearly showing the pain she's trying to conceal. Through a few brief exchanges, Cameron learns that Dex has left town after a series of stressful events, leaving Josslyn deeply hurt. She feels guilty and can't shake the feeling that Dex's departure was her fault. Seeing Josslyn in this state, Cameron can't hold back, ignoring Gretchen's presence and stepping in to comfort Josslyn. He places a hand on her shoulder and gently encourages her to move forward, even though he knows his words won't ease her pain. Gretchen watches from nearby, growing more cold as she realizes Cameron seems drawn to an emotion she can't penetrate. The closeness between Cameron and Josslyn makes Gretchen increasingly impatient, but Cameron doesn't notice. Back home, he finds himself thinking more and more about Josslyn. Her image keeps appearing in his mind, along with sweet memories of their past relationship that he thought he had forgotten. Slowly, Cameron realizes that he still has feelings for Josslyn, a powerful emotion he can't deny. Though he knows his actions might hurt Gretchen, Cameron can't stop his heart from turning toward Josslyn. He begins to show more attention than necessary, lingering glances, unexpected gestures of care, making Gretchen feel clearly that she's being pushed to the edge of their relationship. She is no longer the center of Cameron's world. Gretchen decides not to remain silent. She confronts Cameron, openly expressing her disappointment and anger. This confrontation leaves Cameron feeling confused, but he can't deny his true feelings. Gretchen, unwilling to be dismissed, decides to leave Port Charles. Before she goes, she talks to Liz, warning her about Cameron's behavior and leaving him a message that he will have to face the consequences of his decisions. Cameron, after the irreparable rift with Gretchen, thinks things will calm down now that she's leaving Port Charles. But Gretchen won't leave quietly. Her anger from being betrayed drives her to reveal a bombshell secret about Cameron, a truth that she's certain will shock Josslyn and turn Cameron's life upside down. Before leaving, Gretchen meets with Josslyn. In a tense conversation, she tells Josslyn that everything Cameron has shown her was just a well-planned act. Gretchen reveals that Cameron approached Josslyn not because of sincere feelings, but because he wanted to exploit her pain and hurt to restore their relationship. He knew Josslyn was vulnerable and fragile after Dex's departure and had intentionally used comfort and intimate gestures to make her lean on him. But it doesn't stop there. Gretchen goes on to reveal an even more shocking truth. Cameron knew the real cause of Dex's death, information he deliberately kept hidden to protect his own image in front of Josslyn. Gretchen says Cameron learned this from Lucky, his father, who was involved in a secret investigation into Dex's death. However, instead of revealing the truth, Cameron chose to stay silent, exploiting Josslyn's guilt to make her grow closer to him. Josslyn is completely stunned by what Gretchen reveals. All the moments Cameron comforted her, the sweet words, and his tender gaze now appear as pieces of a manipulative and deceitful scheme. She feels betrayed not just by Cameron, but by her own emotions, as she had begun to believe she could trust him after everything that had happened. When confronting Cameron, Josslyn doesn't hide her anger. She demands an explanation, but instead of a convincing justification, Cameron awkwardly admits that part of what Gretchen said is true. He justifies that at first, he genuinely wanted to help Josslyn get through her pain, but later realized he still loved her, and everything became complicated. However, for Josslyn, these explanations no longer matter. She can't forgive Cameron's lies, especially when he used Dex's death, the person she once loved, to serve his own purposes. Disappointment and pain fill her as she turns away and walks out, leaving Cameron standing there with late regret. The truth being revealed not only shatters Cameron and Josslyn's relationship, but it also isolates him within his own home. Liz, his mother, is disappointed to learn her son acted contrary to the values she had always taught him. His old friends slowly distance themselves from him, leaving Cameron to face the consequences of his selfishness and poor choices. Meanwhile, Josslyn decides to seek answers about Dex's death on her own, trusting no one but herself. She vows never to be manipulated again and is prepared to do whatever it takes to protect herself, even if it means facing the darkest shadows of her life.